Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. Whoa, there's a bit of a freaky signal coming in, guys. But anyway, we're here. G'day, how are you? And I don't know. Look, I say it every night, guys, or most nights, but you think you're not in a war? I'll tell you what. Have you got the heavy metals out yet, guys? Because it's coming. You know, some of the stuff I'm seeing out there and just what's going on, right? We got these devices that they can do just about anything with. And they're going to get cranky, guys, because what we're seeing is, again, is, you know, RICO laws going down. Now, P. Diddy, he's just, he's let go of, can you turn that over my eyes a little bit, Doc? Yeah. He's singing like a bird, man. All right, so yeah, that's you know what we're watching, and we got a bit more of it tonight. Just people stepping down everywhere. All right, I think if Cazzo hasn't got it, we'll get into them during the show and we'll have a look. I won't go into them with a run in, but yeah, just people stepping down from corporations and that everywhere, guys. It's unreal. All right, now we got the Trump rally. All right, people there with eye problems. That's what I'm talking about. Like they're coming at us with a lot of different weapons, guys. I've had a gentleman contact me. I'm just trying to find the message again. So if you're out there, sir, resend it, will you? But it was to do with getting hit at the farmers rally that they had not the other week. Okay. And he believes he was hit with a DEW. So, they're up to their old antics, guys, all right, and they're going to be bringing this stuff out, this technology, and hitting us hard. Now, scams. I want to tell you, I could have got caught today, guys. All right, my eldest daughter is in my phone under what I call her, not her name. All right, because both of my girls have got like little nicknames they've had since they were young, and that's what I use. And I got a message today off my daughter. It looked like it was coming straight from my daughter, right? Text message. And it went, "Hey, Dad," and this is all feasible. "Hey, Dad, I've just dropped my phone in the toilet. Rah, rah, rah. I need you to actually pay for a phone online for me because I can't get my bank details." Really genuine, right? And I'm thinking, oh, okay, Jesse, whatever, that's her name, but that's not the name that was in my phone, right? And anyway, cut a long story short, guys, I thought it was my daughter, all right? And anyway, I was going to give over, whatever it took to do it, but I couldn't because Mel was at work, all right? And I didn't have that sort of card. I told you I don't have them things. But anyway, I then got another number come through on WhatsApp, and it's just using a different number, right, on WhatsApp, saying, oh, has Mel got that thing go through yet? And I'm going, okay, WhatsApp. And I've gone, what's the name of your child? And I got no answer. All right. And I asked a couple other questions over on the other normal messaging, and I got, a diversion. So anyway, I've rung Mel straight up, and I went, Mel, I think, we're trying to get scammed here. I think. So anyway, cut a long story short, guys, it was a scam. And when I spoke to my daughter about it, but one of her friends, all right, his parents actually got the same sort of text message, and they paid. All right, they just gave over their card number, their card details, the 3-digit on the back. All right, guys, be careful. This had me. All right, I thought it was my daughter, man. I was about to do it all. $2,000, $1,900, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, that'd be that daughter of mine. She'd buy a phone worth that much. Anyway, when we spoke today, she went, Dad, no, I would never, ever, I would ring you, somehow or other if I needed it. And if I needed that money, I wouldn't need that, Dad, So anyway, guys, I just want you to be aware, all right? Yeah, if you've had a message like that, right, it's a scam, guys, all right? Do not give over any details, all right? And I tell you, had me convinced, all right, for the first bit of the messaging, I thought it was my daughter. She'd done this, and yeah, she just needed me to help her get another phone, which any normal parent would go, yeah, cool, no worries, I'll sort it out for you. When I got on to Mel smelt the rat straight away, and bang, 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 bang. And anyway, that's what's going on out there, guys. All right. Now, the bad thing about that is they knew who she was. You know what I mean? So again, just remember we're all targets out there, guys.
And it came up as her nickname on your phone.
Yeah, and it came up as her nickname on my phone. All right. So, very, very, that means that phone is obviously compromised. Don't worry about it. But I think we're all compromised. But anyway, let's have a look at a couple of things. So we still got, a lot more. We're getting a lot more publicity around the lower income people forced to live in tents in cities and the housing crisis. This one here was up on the Northern Rivers up there. But yeah, still going on, guys. And we're just giving so much money away. We've got a little thing on Ukraine coming into it later. And I think it is real. I think we're going to use it. But yeah, just amazing how much money's been given over there for actual fake war. There was a bit of a war. There's a few things went on because we had to go in and take out some plants and some dams and some biochemical weapon manufacturing places and some adrenochrome. We all know what went on. But anyway, that's where it is. We got a mass shooter here. Again, people be careful, all right? A mass shooter who, one of the charges, I'm not going to go into, but one of the charges was, intercourse with a 6-year-old kid. Now he's going off to people's homes to tutor their kids for mass, 76-year-old. Okay, of Asian descent, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, yeah, he's charged with a range of charges between kids, 6 and 16. So we've all just got to be so careful, right? Evil is out there, and it's and the other, look, the rise of the superbug crisis that could kill millions. They're trying to ramp it up, guys. Right? They're selling the narrative because they're losing the narrative. So expect more of that stuff. And just to help you out there, I've got this here. It's a video, but you'll find it on 9 News. Game changer. Vaccine program to be rolled out in South Australia. So you're the guinea pig, South Australia, for a game changer vaccine program to be rolled out. I'm just letting you know. And this is about your young kids, guys. It's because they've caused all this stuff, and now they're going to give more vaccines to actually, let you think that, oh yeah, we've worked out what it was. You've got that RSV you got that RSV or whatever they call it because your parents are being vaccinated. You're living in a surroundings full of poison. You're eating poison. The breast milk's poisoned. Everything's poisoned, guys. All right, and here they are coming up with more vaccines to frigging cure it. Unbelievable. That's on 9 News, guys. Anyway, if you're looking for that, it's just horrible. I hate it. And here we go. The start in Western Australia. A small Western Australia seaside town was forced to switch off the gas, becoming a prototype for the green energy transition. Not a, test or anything else, a transition, guys. All right. It's on. All right. It's on. And last but not least, good old Albo, embarrassing fast as Albo botches key economic figure. So Albo's copping it from overseas. Albo is copping it from absolutely everywhere. And I'm loving it. And I reckon we should be getting more memes out there and, doing a little bit more, guys, and really sticking it into him. So anyway, come in, Caz. I haven't covered a couple of things, but I think we'll leave them for the show because there's a few interesting things in the Twitter sphere in there, darling. How you going?
Yeah, huge. Massive day for news. Okay, I'm going to have to try and burn through some of this because the studio is fully loaded. All right, first of all, shout out to this lady here who was brought to my attention by somebody on Facebook. Now, this lady is Julie Ann Finney, and she's in Geelong, and she's a one-woman team, and she sets up her own Forest of the Fallen, honouring the 3,000 servicemen and boys who have suicided through lack of government support. So well done, and kudos to you for doing that, because, it is an issue. It's a disgrace the way that our boys are sent off to war and then persecuted sometimes by our government, lied about by the ABC, and then completely and utterly neglected.
And use like a pin cushion before they go anywhere, just as a, experimental lab rat. That's it.
No, that's exactly right. All right, so now, look at this nonsense here.
MAGA. Look at our new MAGA for Australia. Hang on, Caz. Alana Smith, you're brilliant. MAGA. Make Albo go away. Let's get it trending. Get it trending, guys. Get it on Twitter. MAGA, make Albo go away. That is gold. Oh,
all right,
I love that.
Now,
and look, here he is. He's on screen.
Here he is, and he's getting the monkeypox vaccine, apparently. So, I mean, as if that would happen. However, there was some really good news. Now, both lots of webbots are forecasting massive changes within the next 45 days, like absolutely massive. And one of them is this account here, Litecoin Bull. He goes by. Now, one of the things that he says is you can thank the media anons because all of these new strains of COVID and new BS flu names are dying and not working. Oh, LOL, they are failing. So he goes on to say the tide is turning, and he gives a really good forecast. He says in a few hours we will see more lies and the Fed reduce rates. They are like cornered rats. Well, actually, the Fed did reduce rates, but he goes on to talk about the dawn. It's the best of times and the worst of times, like in the Tale of Two Cities, because the things that are happening are bad, but also there's really good happening. So it's pretty amazing, but it's going to be a rough ride. But the other Cliff High's webbots also are transmitting or saying that it's going to be a complete and utter change. No one's going to be, but he seems to think it's about aliens. So we will wait and see as far as that goes.
Yeah. Smokers focus is about taking down the cabal that have got their hands around our throat, but it's all good because we've just unleashed the grip a little bit, you know what I mean? And they're in trouble, guys. All right, there is so much. There's people jumping. All this stuff that we can tell you about tonight is not happening because there's nothing happening. All right, it's happening because, well, it's just going down. And, the wording.
Dead pigeon in here. That's a troll. So
dead pigeon.
They hate us. There, that disco dead pigeon up here.
Yeah, they're on.
All right, so we've got Billy Bay, and he's been into the courts again, and he's fighting.
Afternoon, freedom fighters around Australia. This is the suspended Dr. William Bay reporting to you live in the beautiful non-emergency state of Queensland, and of course, another beautiful day for victory. Another beautiful day for success in the case for freedom, informed consent, and the Constitution in this country. Today, I have great news to bring you that today was not just a victory, but a double victory. I'll tell you exactly why in a moment, but let me bring you up to speed of what's been happening today. So today, was an urgent hearing in the matter of Bay versus APRA, the state of Queensland, and the medical board about whether and when the trial should go to court. APRA had been delaying the matter, and they had been refusing to answer the court's emails regarding which of the 4 dates in September and one in October they would attend. APRA wrote to the court after 6 days and said, we can't do any of those dates. We can only do the last weeks of February, maybe the last weeks of March or beyond. They are trying anything to not to be held to account for what they've done to this country, what they've done to the nurses, what they've done to the doctors by gagging us and not letting us speak about the vaccines. But we will defeat them. We will win because we have the truth and we have the right and the law on our side. And that is what we got today. Another victory for the self-represented Dr. William Bay and all of his wonderful supporters. Thank you so much for helping me in this fight, because today the judge declared that, yes, we will be going to trial. We will not be going to trial in March. We will not be going to trial in February. We will not even be going to trial in November, but we will be going to trial in October. October the 21st has been set down for a
I wonder if he was an auctioneer in his last life. He go all right as an auctioneer, Billy. Yeah.
He drums up some enthusiasm, doesn't he? So yeah, no, that's awesome. All right, so Bike Boy, this is actually a really well done short clip on the evidence.
Oh yeah, this is brilliant. And this gentleman here has actually passed away since. I'm sure. This doctor, yeah.
Boy scandal.
Yeah, funny that.
What the crash expert says really happened. Ryan Muleman and his family engaged Dr. Ray Shui, a world-renowned crash investigator, to analyse the near-fatal crash involving Ryan and Catherine and Daniel Andrews. After examining every piece of evidence, Dr. Shui compiled a detailed 36-page report for the court. Here's what Dr. Shui says happened. He concludes that Daniel and Catherine Andrews lied in sworn statements to police, falsely claiming they had come to a complete stop before turning off Melbourne Road Blairgowrie into Ridley Street. Dr. Shui states that Ryan did not ride his bike into the side of the Andrews SUV. He states that Ryan could never have sustained his life-threatening injuries this way, and the damage to the SUV proves that the Andrews ran Ryan down, not that Ryan T-boned the side of the SUV. Dr. Shui concluded that the driver was travelling at high speed, cutting the corner while turning into Ridley Street, and that the SUV was on the wrong side of the road when it slammed into Ryan head-on. Dr. Shui says that Ryan's bike went under the SUV and he was hit by the front of the car, thrown onto the windscreen, and then over the top of the vehicle. Dr. Shui's report concludes that the driver of the SUV was responsible for the near-fatal crash. So why wasn't the driver properly identified or charged with dangerous driving? In his report, Dr. Shui criticises Victoria Police for failing to properly investigate this road crime.
Never.
Tragically, Dr. Ray Shui recently died of heart complications after a short illness, making the Andrews near-fatal crash his final investigation. Every Victorian needs to know what Dr. Shui concluded about this crash. Victoria Police must reopen the investigation into this crash. Ryan deserves justice, and Catherine and Daniel Andrews must be held to account for what happened that day and for the lies they've told since. Please share this video.
All right, very interesting.
Brilliant job. Yeah. Brilliant job. I love it. And we got to expose these. And the more we get this stuff out, guys, get hold of that clip off the website, right, and get it out there everywhere. That's what I'd say. Email it to your friends. Email it to your family. If you live in Victoria, you should be emailing that to everyone. You know, your 6-year-old nephews. Yeah, so they know what's going on, you know, when they hear the rumours. Because, yeah, that, you know, it's just got to stop this crap, you know.
It does. Now, Monica's also fighting in the courts as well. So her situation, for anyone who's been following, she took them to court for wrongful arrest. She won 2 of the 3 counts. And then what happened was they assigned her $4,000 in damages, but because they tried to settle months earlier and she didn't, she wanted to take them to court And so now they're charging her, or they're trying to charge her $200,000 for their court costs. So even though she won, so anyway, she's going to fight them again. So yeah, very interesting. It'd be very interesting to see the outcome of that. All right, my news around Australia. Of course, we've got this. Oh, good grief! This is by Oz Integrity, and they said, "I knew it was bad, but the latest figures show that we have been feeling and screaming, and it's basically Australia's fall in disposable income is the worst in the world, and it's basically, yeah, it's terrible. And this is since per capita since house disposable income per capita since March 2022."
Unreal. Sorry, I just had a message come in and I got to sort out, guys. That's for a show in the morning. We got Rob Cunningham and Jan Harper Hayes in the morning. Don't forget, we got Brad Wansley on Monday. So yeah, I just get that in. But yeah, Caz, it's getting. How far can we go before, like, you know, it's the old looking glass and the lines cross? There's not far to go.
Well, they are going far because we've got the ADF is now going to. Basically, they're recruiting. Our new eligibility rules mean you may be able to join, and this is non-Australian citizens can now apply. So,
Wow.
and Migration Watch have made the comment here, say, bring in millions of migrants, stop young locals from buying homes. They won't fight for a country that won't fight for them, and give the jobs to migrants anyway. This is the decline, and it's incredibly true. They're following textbook societal decline.
Yeah.
If you want to destroy the society, everything they're doing is basically exactly by the textbook.
Yeah, we've got police in Ballina, I think it is, that have got a new boat up there, you know, trying to get people in up there to join the force because it's just falling apart. People just don't want to be in it.
Well, and you've also got it's actually making the mainstream is actually covering this somewhat, and that's rents rocket as foreign students rush in. So, you know, 135,000 new international students will enter the private rental market next year. So it's just incredible. Like what they're doing to our young people is just abhorrent, you know.
Mate, they're pushing everyone to the limit. We know where they're going, Caz. You know, like, as I said, I can read this game plan and, you know, we've already known anyway. It's all in lockstep. You know, and they're just bringing it out, guys. You know, this is what they're going to do now. You know, they'll try and fill our police forces with non-nationals. You know what I mean? And they'll do the same with the ADF, you know, the AFP. You know, we've been told this was going to happen. So, you know. Anyway, yeah, another invasion we have to get. We get through, guys. All right, endure and overcome. Get yourself healthy. Get those heavy metals out of your body. I'm telling you, get yourself ready, guys, because you got technology coming at you that wants to take you out, slow you down, make you sick. All right, and they have set the background markers, and it's up to you to remove them markers. All right, and get healthy. Simple, because it's going to affect you.
All right, so the Snowy Hydro is seeking approval to run the Hunter Power project entirely on diesel fuel in 2025, in a move that will send the hybrid gas plant's 1 year emissions soaring up to 80%. So
it's just a clown show.
It's a clown show. It's just so crazy. Like, everything's just insane.
The money laundering within these, you know, companies and what's going on, it's just incredible to build these, like, systems that, like, it's just you know, I've worked in these big places, man. I know what it costs to build something. It is just phenomenal. And then you've got them doing it at the top level, you know what I mean, as a money laundering scheme. So, you know, the books are open. It's as much cash flow as you want. Just get the agenda. Get the agenda done. Get the agenda done. Meet the timelines in the agenda. Meet the timelines in the agenda. It's open books, guys. It's how they got here.
All right, so we've got a lot of news from overseas as well. So we've got this one from Lebanon. Not only were the pages exploding and they're blaming Israel, or I think Israel may have even taken credit for it, but now the iPhones. So that's an iPhone store now. Quick off the mark, as per usual, is Babylon B. And they've actually posted this. Rashida Tlaib uninjured after her pager mysteriously explodes. So
yeah, look, it's I've seen a couple of things on these pages and that, but yeah, let's see what comes out. But mate, you know, have they got the technology, guys? Is this in all of our phones, this capability? You know, has the deep state got this capability already in these little things that we're carrying around with us? Is it just a matter of sending a signal to it? This is what they've got. This is the technology that they are capable of displaying.
okay, this is the footage that apparently comes from Ukraine, but I haven't been able to verify that.
Yeah.
Слава Україні. Слава Україні.
125 billion, I think it has, 175 billion or something. Yeah, that's been given to Ukraine, to a deep state.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because Jim Willey, financial people always get really good information, and he's been reporting for 2 years that the Ukraine war is over, and they're keeping it going, the facade of it going to fleece money. So
we'll ask Rob Cunningham. Ask Rob Cunningham in the morning. Cassie should be pretty well educated on it too. So yeah, 7 a.m. for breakfast, guys. Him and Jan Halper Hayes. Don't miss it.
Okay. Now, this is an Ohio resident. I'll just play a bit of this.
Placement. They're displacing our community. What they're doing is they dropped all these people in our community, which cranked the prices of everything up. Everything. The houses, the groceries, everything. Everything is through the roof. The prices of used cars on Marketplace, they're buying everything with cash. They're paying cash for houses. I've never been able to pay cash for a house in my life. You know,
where are they getting their cash?
Biden bucks, if you ask me.
But I can tell you personally that when I worked at the grocery store and I cashed them out, the receipts were alarming. $13,000 on EBT food, not including the $29,000 that was on EBT cash. It's infuriating. Yes, sir.
So they're not getting 600 to
and while they're dressed very well, how are you able to dress like that?
All right, so yeah, just basically more reports. Yeah, so
and I've heard when them cards run out, Caz, they just get refilled on it for them.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, no, they do. But it is waking up the young people. As you can see, like with this is college kids in the US.
Trump 2024. Trump. If he ain't dead, I'm voting red.
I'm voting Trump.
2-time assassination attempt survivor.
I know, it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Bulletproof.
Hella aura right there.
That's a hella
so
aura.
Much aura. So much aura.
Trump. Who you going with? Trump.
Probably Trump.
Trump, of course. Yeah, 2024. Yes, sir.
All right, and then you've got this rant, and this is why this is important, is because these young people rants are popping up everywhere.
Trump's life. Now, they say that he didn't get off any shots, so it couldn't be an assassination attempt. I got like one question. What type of mental gymnastics are you doing to make that shit make sense? You have a man who was hiding in the bushes since 1:30 in the morning, had an AK-47 barrel loaded down on hole 6. You had a ceramic tile for him to block any type of gunfire that was going to come his way, and you had a GoPro camera set up. Not only that, it was a last-minute trip to the golf course. So who the fuck in Secret Service is banging a Chinese spy? Eric Swalwell, you know any? You guys sit there and say that Donald Trump is the most divisive. How? He's the only man who gave a fuck about our country in the past 40 years since Ronald Reagan. He's the only man to put our military men and women first. He's the only man to put our economy, our border, our citizens first. He's the only man to give us the lowest unemployment for minorities in history. He's the only man to give us the lowest inflation that we've had. The only man to bring about the Abraham Accords in the Middle East to try to bring peace and bring all of our men and women home. He's the only man to step foot in North Korea, and he's the only man who had enough balls to go up against the deep state and drain some of the water so you can see the snakes in the grass. And you two are still ignorant to continue to vote for them.
All right, so those kinds of rants are popping up all over the place, and that's just really awesome because, once they've lost the young people, that's it. Okay. What's going on? Yep. Dave, you're muted.
No, it's all right. I'm open now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, now and also today the other big news, so much big news, like just the people stepping down is just huge. I might just basically bring that in. So, and there's
This is big. This is big.
Well, we covered it yesterday briefly. I can bring that in again. But there's also, which Ariel pointed out, there's also others that have stepped down that. So expect this list to grow. T.D. Jakes, Lucian Grange, Howard Schultz, John Paul de Joria, Kevin Lyles, John G. Gaft, Larry Page, Yoshinko Noda, Ruth Handler, Ronald Perlman. So you've got those, but then there's this whole other aspect of it. And that is, oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. Let me find it.
There's 23andMe's, the whole board resigned.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to bring in. I'm just, hang on, where is it? There it is. So yeah, you've got the whole of the 23andMe board, and then you've got on top of it. Let me just grab that. So this is from MJ Truth Ultra. So the entire board, but also remember the Wozniaks, and then you've got they were mentioned in the Q drops as being associated with creating mass surveillance state in a collaborated effort between Silicon Valley and the CIA and the NSA. Sergey Brin, who was the co-founder of Google, was married to Anne Wozniak, the founder of 23andMe, whose sister was Susan Wozniak, the CEO of YouTube. Remember, she died last 2-3 weeks ago. And remember, I said I actually thought she'd staged her death. Now, What's interesting is he goes on to talk about this. So the research arms of the CIA and the NSA hoped for the best computer science minds in academia could identify what they called birds of a feather. So what they assumed is that all of these great minds would all flock together and all actually go in the same direction. And he goes on to say the intelligence community named the first unclassified briefing for scientists the Birds of a Feather briefing. And the Birds of a Feather session on the intelligence community initiated in mass digital data systems. So it's becoming very, very interesting. And then, of course, you've got this as well with it, just 23andMe CEO surprised and disappointed by board resignations. And there's the Q drop on where they're all basically named. And Q has actually written, how's the game played? So a lot of Q drops actually, and there's also T-Man put out a Q drop as well. He mentioned 32, and 32 is very interesting when we have a look at that. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, we're at 32 already. All right. So the Fed, let's have a look at that.
The Fed decided to slash rates by 0.5. So people were going back and forth. That was about 0.25 more than we thought that was going to happen. So here's what happens from here. A lot of this was already baked into the market. You'll probably see a favorable response from the 0.5 cut. But the Feds are going to need to continue to cut rates. At the same time, they've turned on the money supply. Here's the danger in this.
That's right. Now, he goes on to talk about that. That'll be up on the thing, but because we're running short on time, I just want to get this in because it all ties in, because today you had the incredible happenstance of T-Man buying a cup of coffee, I think it was, with Bitcoin.
And QR code right here. Right there. Right there. It's that one.
All right, so he goes and buys it. So he's done a couple of things. He's basically sanctioned Bitcoin. So Bull Run was trending on Twitter today because of that, meaning that the cryptos are going to go up. And because the printing press has been turned on with the Fed, it's going to mean that the money supply has increased. So therefore, the people are going to look for safe havens for their money. And because crypto, like for example, Bitcoin, there's only 26 million of them. So that's all that will ever be created, probably about 24, I think now, because people have actually lost some. But so I think that you're going to see, and gold has also hit an all-time high today as well. So you've got a couple of interesting things really happening as far as that goes. Did you?
A few things to talk about. Yeah, a few things to talk about tomorrow with Rob Cunningham and Jan, for sure.
That's right. Now, also, there's T-Man did a lot of really interesting things today. So you've got the chemical attack, which I'll bring in a minute. But there's also, where is it? This one here.
Enforcement, they're afraid in these places because it's so violent. They've never seen people like this. These are violent people that they're allowing into our country. It is truly an invasion, and we're not going to let it happen. We're going to take those violent people and we're going to ship them back to their country. And if they come back in, they're going to pay a hell of a price. Thank you. We have no choice. We have no choice. It's not like, this is not sustainable by any country. This is not sustainable. How about in Springfield, Ohio? They had 32,000. This is a little beautiful town. No crime, no problem. 32,000 illegal immigrants come into the town, 32. So they almost doubled their population in a period of a few weeks. Can you believe it? And you know what? They've got to get much tougher. I'm going to go there in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to Springfield and I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what.
All right, a couple of interesting things there. First of all, he cited 32 a number of times. So, and that says Q-Drop 32 maybe one day, but it cannot go slow. The initial wave will be fast and meaningful. It will send a signal to others immediately, and you'll see the turn of the tide turn. Not even the mainstream media can hide, and rest assured, some will be jailed as deep state cover agents. So you've got that first of all. But then again, he's also cited that you may never see me again. And if you look at this, MJ Truth Ultra again has cited this. That he was basically saying after the second assassination attempt, he plays Nessim Dorma, so is played. So, and he also played that as well today at the end of the Q-Drops. Now, that's with the Sum of All Fear as well. And
Brendan's just put up a comment there too about, Diddy. Now, if you listen to the wording on P. Diddy, guys, all right, how long will Diddy live before he suicided? Okay. Diddy, when you listen to a couple of the transcripts, the wording in it was that the indictment or something was unsealed. So he was I would say he was part of all the indictments, all right, that were in behind the scenes that have now been opened under the RICO laws. And then they mention RICO laws at the end of it when they're reading out the charges against Diddy and that. So the wording again, guys, unsealed. Well, we know that all these charges were sealed, weren't they? The sealed indictments. So they've unsealed one, which is P. Diddy's, which is, man, he's squealing like a pig, people. He is giving up everyone in town. You got, just everybody is going down, but we seen this before, but anyway, let's see what happens. But yeah, I think we're getting to a real crucial part of this thing where, some exposure's coming and is here, and more is coming. That is, and you're watching these people jump ship, guys. This many people can't just jump ship for okay. Nah. Too much of a coincidence. So have faith, guys. Hang in there, right? We just keep going forward, all right, and we let them do what they're doing. But I tell you what, thanks to you people and the exposure that we've got, they've been able to do their job. And, I think this is looking pretty all right.
Well, and don't forget, we've also got that interview with Jonathan Oddie from when he shot up the Trump Hotel. This is in 2018.
That's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
Now, this guy claimed in his statement, in his interview, that he was actually a sex slave of Diddy for a period of time. And Diddy paid him out Diddy and Cassie, I don't know who Cassie is, paid him out $5 million to keep him quiet. And he was the one who shot up in 2018 or 2019, shot up the Trump Hotel. So big shootout there. So
yeah, there was about 400 and something thousand indictments, and they could all carry. I heard 99, so I don't know. There's a few different things going out there about that, but yeah, I heard 99, 100 in each indictment, and there was it started out 250,000, and it went up to over 400,000 guys. That's the information I know. So yeah, it's big. Don't you worry, it's big, and there is something going on out there. Whether it's a whole big stage play, I don't know. All right, but I'll tell you, everything's moving in the like it's swinging our way. The pendulum's coming this way. These people are getting exposed left, right, and center, and then they're jumping ship. Like these people weren't told to go. The AYR Wellness CEO David Gerbert steps down effective immediately. Post an hour ago. Look who he rolled with. Did he? You know what I mean? It's just people are just dropping, guys. All right, and there's a lot of this stuff out there now.
Remember that Kim Clement prophecy that many would fall in the fall. Well, it's the American fall at the moment.
It's the American fall,
and
many would fall in the fall. There you go. Yeah, brilliant, Caz. Yep.
And you've got this one as well. So you've got approximately 20 attendees of Trump's Tucson, Arizona rally reported becoming ill with a mysterious symptoms such as blurry vision and swelling shortly after the rally concluded. So
only on one side of him. Yeah, only on one side, guys.
That's it. Now, Tori says has posted this about it. She thinks it's the next setup. She said President Trump, Kamala Harris alleged that you did sell chips to China. You would never sell our F-35 tech to China, but Doug Burgum did, and I have the receipts. Here's your blind spot. They are coming out with a documentary between October 6th and 9th, framing you as a foreign asset. Biden admin collected the evidence and hid it from Congress, and they are framing you. This is the October surprise. And then she went on to put up this article, which is basically now in the article. He's now a governor, and he was actually backed by Gates, and very interesting. Basically says China loves him long time. So very interesting. So, and there he is, of course, with Bill Gates, his bestie. So interesting what's going on here.
Bunch of mugs they are. 1%. That's all they are. They're not even 1% now because a lot of them have been. And here's the rest of them all jumping ship. I'm loving it. This is exciting, man. Watching all these people just run away. Like this is not normal. We thought we were seeing a bit of this before. Mate, what we've seen the last couple of days is just like outrageous.
No, that's right. All right. Well, look, I've got the 23andMe board, but we've already sort of covered that, so I might just basically leave it at that. And what are we? Oh, we're at 42 already. Okay. So look, did you want to wrap up? And I'll grab. We've got John Kant taking us out, and it's basically fighter.
Look, Trump is mates with them all. You got to stay mates with everyone. I get accused of this and accused of that, you know what I mean? Because I can pick up the phone and ring this person, ring that person. How in the hell do you expect someone like me who's not political at all, right? No, just not, right? I'm just like a friggin', me, all right? How do you expect me to be able to work out the political friggin' landscape without talking to people that are in the political landscape? Do they like me? No. You know what I mean? Do I like them? Probably not. As a person, I probably do. As their morals and their ethics, I think in their politics, probably not, at all. And I've told them all I wouldn't vote for any of them. All right. And a lot of them wouldn't want to talk publicly. But I mean, if you don't go out there and, test the water, guys, and have a chat, you know what I mean? You don't know what's going on, and this political thing that we're going through now, you know what I mean? It's, again, there's nobody out there. I'm going to say it again. As far as I'm concerned, nobody out there. Well, yeah, you're right, worth voting for, but you keep your enemies close. Like Charles just said, even closer than your friends. So just remember, guys, we're here trying to work out what's going on for you. I am, you know what I mean? And, we've also asked some other people to come onto the show, you know what I mean, and have a say that want to give me a bit of curry last weekend. But anyway, we'll see if that happens. Hopefully it does. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That doesn't matter. But, guys, just just remember, all right, we're all working as a team together. There's a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of people I don't agree with, and I give them some curry. But that means I'm not going to talk to them because I let them know on the phone that I'm going to be giving them curry. All right? We got to know what's going on out there. All right? We got to know what's going on.
Yeah, and look, we've got to be adults in this situation.
Yeah.
We're not basically a bunch of children. Basically, I'm not speaking to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Okay, we've basically got to try and save this country. So if it means talking to somebody, that's what you actually do.
Yeah, and I don't know, years ago, we got to vote for someone. It's a democracy, but I couldn't give you any good advice on who to vote for, guys, because I don't trust anybody. All right, and that's how we've sort of got to get through this. All right, we trust no one but ourselves. Trust your wife, trust God. All right, and the plan will keep coming together. You know what I mean? With us people, that's not the plan. All right, but the plan is to awaken people. All right, and to endure and overcome. That's the plan. All right, and then we get down through to where we got to get to, right, with the help of God. All right, but yeah, that's where it is. But listen, let's just get out there, get your ear on the ground. All right, know what's going on. All right, and have your head on a swivel, guys, because it's going to get radical. All right, again, they're going to step it up a level.
Yep.
So have a great week. Yeah, have a great night, guys. All right, talk soon.
Thank you. Bye.
I've been down, counted out, smiling through the taste of blood in my own mouth. I got bruises and broken bones, but they don't know I ain't in this ring alone. I'm a fighter. No one can say that I'm a running hider. I was born to be a do-or-dyer, a make-it-righter. Don't throw that towel just yet. Don't cash in that last bet, 'cause I hit harder when I'm tired. I'm a fighter. I get back up, that's what I do. I didn't soldier on this far just to lose. So take your shot, is that all you got? I'm a fighter. No one can say that I'm a running hider. I was born to be a do-or-dyer, a make-it-righter. Don't throw that towel just yet. Don't cash in that last bet, 'cause I hit harder when I'm tired. Yeah, I'm a fighter. Oh, no one can keep me down. They didn't know, but they know now. That I'm a fighter. No one can say that I'm a running hider. Don't cash in that last bet. Don't throw that towel just yet. I'm a fighter.